Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video we will be discussing on the list operations, all the operations whatever we can perform on the list. We will discuss all of them with the examples. So the very first is accessing the list items, then change the list item, replace the list item, append method, insert method, and then extend list item, remove list item, and the clear entire list. These are the operations which we can perform on the list. We will discuss them one by one with the example. So the very first one is the access the list item in the Python. So over here I have taken one list. So accessing elements of a list is a like a common operation and can be done using different techniques. And we will be explore these methods in order of efficiency and their use cases. So indexing is the simplest and the most a direct way to access a specific item in a list. Every item in a list has an index starting from 0. So I have just taken one list, okay, and we will write a code to access the first item of a list. For that you can just write uh, print a, and then the index. So if you want to access the first item, then you will write 0, because list index are starting from 0. Over here it's a zeroth place, and then first, second, third, and fourth. So same goes to for this as well. If you want to access the last item, then you can just write -1, and I will just run this. You can see over here. So we are able to access zeroth and last, first and the last item of this list. So keep in mind that the list indexes starts from the 0, and it goes on. So according to that only you can access the items. Okay. So other methods that we can use while accessing the list elements are using loop, using list slicing, and using list comprehension. So we will explore all of them with the example. So using loop, I have just taken one example a as a list, and we will be looping through the list, and then printing the each element. So over here, like uh, to access this, what we can do for loop, we can use the for loop. Okay. So for uh, item item in A, and we can just print those item. Okay. So in this way we can print all of the items from the list using the for loop. Then there is one another way to access it using the slicing. So slicing is another way to access multiple items from a list. We can get a range of items by specifying like starting and the ending or index, and the starting index is included, but the ending index is not. So I will explain it with the example. Like if you want to access get a slice of the list from index 1 to 3, you mean we want this 1, 2, and yeah, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So we want 20, 30, and 40. So this element if we want, so how we will access it? So we can print a, and then we will add the slice. Okay. So over here on the left hand side, you will need to mention the number from where we want, the index from where we want, the first index we want, and till third index if you want. So the last index, as told you earlier, that the last index is not included. So you will need to mention over here 4, then and then only it will include the third one and skip the fourth one. So you can see the first, second, and third, the 20, 30, and 40 are being printed. Okay. Now we will see about the using list comprehension. So I have taken the same example. So over here we want to create a new list with items greater than 20. Okay, so list comprehension is a more advanced and efficient way to access list items. It allows us to create a new list based on an existing list by applying a condition or a transformation. So let's say I will create a new list that is B, and we will access item for item in A if, and then we are specifying this condition that item is greater than 20. Okay, so in this way we can access the list, and I will just print B. Okay, so in this way it will go and check this condition for all the items in the list, and then wherever there is a greater than 20, the condition is true, those items only it returning. Okay, so in this way we can use the list comprehension for any specific condition or any mentioned condition. This is all about the accessing of the list items in the Python. Now we will move to the second part, that is Python change list item. So for that, like if we want to change the list item, list items in Python are mutable, and meaning their items are can be changed after the list is created. Modifying elements in list is common task, and we are replacing an element or an item at a specific index. So updating multiple items at once or using conditions to modify certain elements. This article or in this so in this video we will explore the different ways to change a list items with practical examples. So very first is using indexing. So it's simple, like if you want to, let's say, change the first item at index 1, so what we will do, we will first point to the first item of at index 1, and we will assign some other item. Okay, so over here if you print a, you will see that it is changed. Okay, so this is the simple way using indexing we can do this. Okay, and then there are some other ways that we can perform the same thing using slicing for multiple items. We will explore all of them. So using slicing for multiple items, so for that what we can do, here I have taken one more example, that replace item at indices 1 and 2. So 1 is this and 2 is this. Okay, so these two indices we need to replace using the slicing. Okay, so how we will do that? So for that, first we will need to take that slice. Okay, so why I did 1 and 3? So as like from where we want to start, and on the right hand side always it gets skipped the the index we provide, that will get skipped. So you will need to always provide more than whatever we need. So if we want to reach till 2, you will mention over here 3. Okay, and then what are the elements we want to pass, those we will pass sorry so those we will pass. So 21 and 31, for example, if I want to pass. Okay, and then I will just print. Okay, so you will see that these 20 and 30 got updated. Those are like indices 1 and 2. Okay, now the another example using list comprehension. So over here, list comprehension is another simple way to update items in a list based on conditions. Here we iterate over the list and apply a condition or transformation and construct a new list with the updated values. Okay, so in this way we will do this. So let's say for example we want to double the even numbers. So for that I will just take a new list that is A only. Okay, and I just want to make a double. Okay, double of if x, okay, percent 2 equals to, sorry, equals to 0, else we want to keep the element as it is, x, for x in a. Okay, so this is like a simple statement over here, right? So over here what we are trying to do using list comprehension, like x into 2, if x percent 2 equals to 0. Okay, so we iterate over each element in the list for each element, and if the element is even, that is percent percent x percent 2 equals to 0, we double it x into 2, if this condition matches, and else we are if the element is odd, we leave it unchanged. Okay, so I will just print it. Okay, so you can see now the items which are even, like 10, 20, and 20. Okay, 10 and 20. So those are got doubled. Okay, so now we want to add 5 to odd numbers and using loop. Okay, so using loop, if we want to modify elements in a place, uh, if for a loop with enumerate, so for that, like what we can do, uh, we can allow it can allow us to iterate through the list while keeping track of indices. So let's say for this example I want to add 5 to odd numbers. Okay, so for that, first I need to identify the odd number, so I will take I, all the elements for I, and x in enumerate a. Okay, and then what we will do, if x percent 2, so here we want odd, so it will be not equals to 0. Then uh then what we want to do, sorry, then what we want to do, oh, okay. So then what we want to do, we want to add 5, right? So at I, okay, plus equals to 5, so it will go and add the 5. I will just print it. Okay, so this is a simple example where we are using a for loop with enumerate. We iterate through each index and value in the list for each element. If the element is odd, that is x percent to not equals to 0, we add 5 to its value, and after the loop completes, the updated list becomes like this, right? So 10, 20, 20, and 30. So here, like the 15 and 25 got increased by 5. And now we will discuss on using map. So like the map function can be used for a functional style updates by applying a function to each element. We use map function to apply the function and convert the result back to the list. Okay, so let me explain this with the example. Okay, so let's say this is a list, and we want to increment all the numbers by one. So how we will do that? So we will take list, okay, and map function lambda, okay, lambda and x. So for each of the lambda x, x plus 1 and a. Okay, so over here what we are trying to do, we are mapping function in is combined with a lambda function to increment each element in the list by 1. Okay, so lambda x x plus 1 defines an anonymous function that adds 1 to its input, that is x. Okay, so and map function applies this lambda to every element in the list a. Okay, so I will just print a. Okay, so now you can see that we have successfully added 1 to all the elements of this list. Okay, so this is a simple program that we can perform. Now we will discuss on replacing the list values. So over here, the very first example I'm taking. So replacing values in a list in Python can be done by accessing like specific indexes and using loops. So in this video, we are going to see how to replace the value in list using Python. We can replace values in a list in several ways. So the simplest way to replace values in list Python is by using the list indexing. So let me give you one example of that. So let's say over here I want to just replace the uh, second. This is the second, right? 30 to 99. So 30 to 99, we earlier saw such example. So print a. This is like a simplest way to replace it. Okay, and then there are other methods like using for loop, using while loop, and using lambda function. So very first we will discuss about the for loop. We can use for loop to iterate over the list and replace values in the list. We first find values in the list using for loop, and if condition, and then replace it with the new value. Let's I will explain this with the example, then it will be more clear. Let's say this is the list, and we want to replace the same like the same question, 30 with the 99. So how I will do that? For I in, so I'm taking over here range and length of array, or the list. Okay, and then we just want to a, okay, we want to check the condition. If condition is equals to 30, then what we want to do? If it's an 30, then all we want is uh, update that item with the 99. Okay, so let me print it. Okay, so over here, like for, okay. Okay, so now I will run this. So what is happening over here? So over here, like we are passing the entire list through this, and element by element, it checks with the if condition, and if it's matched, then it is replacing with 99. If it's not matched, then it's not doing anything. Okay, so it will return the same element. Okay, so all the elements are preserved over there, just we are just updating the element where it's 30. Okay, so this is the for, and we can solve the same example using while loop as well. We can also use a like to replace use the while loop to replace values in a list. While loop does the same work as for loop, but like in the while loop, first we define a variable with value that is 0, and then iterate over the list. If value matches to value and that we want to replace, then we replace it with the new item. Okay, so I will go ahead and give you the same example. So here, as mentioned, we will need to first give it 0, and then we'll write a while loop, that is I, and till what point we want to iterate it is length of array. Okay, so till this point we want to iterate it, and the conditions remains the same. Okay, so if okay, so if like the if if it's equals to 30, then go and update it by 99. Okay, and also one more thing will get added over here, like um, we will need to increase the index, so that when it goes out, so the I value will get increased, and then print a. Okay, let's run this. So now you can see it got updated. The 30 got updated. Okay, according to this while loop. Okay, So now the last one is lambda function. So how we can use the lambda function is like, and also this is like we use lambda and map function to replace the value in the list, and map function is a built-in function in Python to iterate over a list without using any like loop statements. And lambda is an anonymous function in Python that contains contains a single line expression. So here we gave one expression as a condition to replace a value. Okay, so let's understand it with this example. B equals to, we'll say, list and then map function. Okay, so under here lambda. Okay, lambda. So you will initial variable. Okay, lambda x equals to 99. We wanted to replace this. If when we want to replace this, if x equals to 30, right? And else we want to keep the same list. Okay, and this is it. So in this way also we can perform this. I'll just print b so that we can see. Okay, so in this way also we can use the lambda function to return the or the replace the required element. Okay, now we will jump to the next topic, that is Python list append method. Okay, this is again the simplest topic, one of the simplest topic, but it is again important one. So let's deep dive into that. So append method in Python is used to add a single item to the end of the list. Okay, and this method modifies the original list and does not return a new list. So let's look at the example. So we want to use append to add the element 8 to the end of the list. Okay, so over here it's simple, the syntax is very simple: a dot append, and we want to add 8. Okay, so in this way we can easily add it. So I will run it. So you can see that at the end we have appended the element 8. Okay, so we will now discuss on the syntax of append method and then example of append method and some frequently asked questions on the append method. Okay, so very first is syntax. So as I said, you need to just mention the list and then append and the element you wanted to append. Okay, this is the simple syntax. And um, so now we will discuss on the examples of the append method. So let's say in this example we want to append a different type all together in this list. So like over here, let's say I the append method allows adding elements of different data types, that is integer, string. Over here it's in string, and like list and objects to list. And so Python lists are heterogeneous, meaning they can hold a mix of data types. Okay, so let's say if I want to append true over here, I will just print it. Okay, so over here in this list, A contains elements of different data types, that is integer, string, and float, and append true, that is adds a boolean true to the list, to the end of the list. Okay, so it is allowed. And um, now let's move to the next example, append a list to list. Okay, so let's say if I want to append a list to this list, so let the syntax again remains the same. I want to append, let's say, 4 and 5. Okay, so I will print it. Okay, so append method adds the list, that is 4 and 5, as a single element. You can see over here to the end of the list, resulting a nested list. So this kind of list called as nested list. Okay, and let's move to the next example, appending using a loop. Okay, so appending multiple elements using a loop So if you want to append it like this, so first of all you will need to take an empty list, okay, and then you can write any condition, let's say for I in range of 5. Let's say when we say range 5, it will go and create from the range till 5, okay, a dot append, okay, I, okay, and then print a, okay. So make it just to make it clear, I will show you like what does this returns, okay, range 5, okay. So when I say range 5, it will start from 0 until 5th, okay. So now let's print it. Okay, now you can see it started from 0 till 4th of the element it got appended, and we have successfully implemented the for loop over here. Okay, so uh, so in this way we can do, and yeah. So now this over here there is one more example you are able to see, that is append versus extend versus insert. So over here extend and append difference you will see. Now I will just run this code so that it will be easy to explain. Okay, so append, that is 4 and 5, adds 4 and 5 as a single element, creating a nested list over here. And extend 4 and 5 adds each element separately, and resulting into this continuous list, right? So whenever we want to append any another listener, so just use instead of append, just use extend. Okay, now let's move to the next topic, that is the fifth topic, and it's regarding the Python list insert method. So we will see this with some example. So let's say I am having a fruit list, okay, and I just want to insert let's say apple, okay, at some position, let's say at first index, okay. So how I can do that? Just I'm just writing fruit dot insert, and this is again the insert function, okay. And here you will need to mention very first the index, okay, and then what we want to append. So let's say apple, we want apple. So now, and then I will print the same list so that we can check is it appended or not. So over here first you will need to pass the index where you want to append it, and then you can pass the element like whatever you want to append. So over here banana, apple, cherry and grape, you can see in this way. Okay, so now and this was one of the example, and now we will see how to insert into Python list at indexes. So first of all we have made a list, okay, and then inserting a new score at the third position. Again is it's the same, so I'll just write it, and over here we want a score, and at third position, let's say the score is 100. Okay, so I will run this. You will see that score got updated at the third position, 100. So it said the third position. You will need to pass the index as second so that uh, it will take the third position only. Yeah, now it's clear. Okay, so let's explore some more examples regarding this. Okay, so like the here is an example to depict a Python list insert at 0. Okay, so for that we can insert list dot insert uh, at zeroth index, uh, and we just want to insert, let's say, D. Okay, so and now I will just print list. Okay, so now you can see let's see some of the scenarios, more scenario. Okay, so we want to insert at 10. So here we are inserting 10 at the fifth position, that is fourth index. So it will be the fifth position and fourth index in the Python list. So for that, we can go ahead and do the same. So list one dot insert at fifth position, that is fourth index, right? So fourth index, and what is the element, that is 10, and we can print list one. Okay, so in this way we can insert the element at the fourth position, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, so at the fourth index and the fifth position, sorry, my bad. Okay, so now we will see some other examples. So yeah, like if it's a string and you are using the insert, it will for sure throw an error. Let's say if I want to uh, insert function over a string, let's say if I want to insert as 10 and uh, just print string, you will see this will throw error. So this will throw this strange string object has no attribute insert error. Okay, so we cannot insert on the string. Okay, so let's see the other example. So in the parts of Python list insert, here we are inserting 13, 13 at the third position. Okay, so here we will insert 13 at the third position. Okay, and before 3 in the Python list. Okay, so 13 at the third position, that is before 3. Okay, at the third position and before 3. Okay, so for this so for this example, let's say element to be inserted, we just take the element to be inserted, and the element is like 13. Okay, and then we will say element to be inserted before 3. Okay, element to be inserted, element 13, element to be inserted before 3. Okay, so that is before element, we can call it like this, before element, and that is 3. Okay, so first of all we will need to find the index. Okay, so first we will find index. Okay, so how to find the index? You can just say index equals to list one dot, then index, and then you can just check the before element. Okay, and you can easily find the index of that element. Okay, so over here we are just using this index function to locate get the index. Okay, and then we will do the same, like insert element at before element. Okay, so for this list one dot insert, so over here we will pass the index which we have stored and the element which we want to uh, insert, and then we can print the list one. Okay, with the updated list. So over here you can see that we have inserted 13 at the position of 3. Okay, yeah. Now let's move to the next example. That is inserting a tuple into a list. So let's say we want to insert a tuple. So we have taken over here one example that having the tuple. Okay, so it's the same inserting a tuple to the list. Okay, so here we are inserting a tuple in a list using a insert function in the Python. So yeah, so list one dot, okay, insert, and 2, then mm, mm, triple, right? So, and then we will print it. Okay. So you can see this tuple got inserted over here. Then the next example is insert an element to the beginning of the list. Okay. So let's say we want to insert element to the beginning of the list. Then we will use that fruits equals to let's say okay, sorry, insert, and we want to insert at the beginning, then orange, right? So this is easiest one, and we can just print fruits, right? So it will give the output that orange has been inserted, okay, at the beginning. And now inserting an element at the end. So let's say for this example, if we want to insert and so over here, like at the end, if you want to insert, then can we use this as -1, and can we insert it and just try it out? You can see the orange got inserted and not at the end, but uh, uh, before that. So over in such cases, you can just instead of using insert, you can just use append. Okay, so append is quite uh, different. We I had all earlier shown you how append works. So now you can see orange has been appended at the end. Okay, so now we will see the some more examples. So the Python insert list in another list. Let's say if you want to do that, so it's simple that what all you have to do, that list 1 equals to then list plus list 2. Okay, so this is again one more example that we can even do like this. Okay. Okay, so let me print it, and now you can see 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Okay, and one more extra example is there, that insert elements of a set to list in Python. Let's say I'm having this list, and this is the set I do have. So I just want to insert it. So I will again use the insert function. So list dot insert, and then uh, I just want 3s. Okay, so I had just mentioned the index where I want to insert it, and then we can just print it out. Okay, so over here you can see that this has got inserted over here. So yeah, okay, so the list, okay, so list 1. Hmm. So now you will see list 1 is this, list 1 is this, and we are assigning to list 1, then this is there, and this is there. Why it is okay, I'm not printing the list 1, I guess. Okay, okay, let's print it. Okay, now you can see in this way. So now we will discuss on the extending list in Python. So over here, this is again one of the important thing. In Python, a list is one of the most widely used data structure for storing multiple items in a single variable, right? So often we need to extend a list by adding one or more elements, either from another list or other iterable objects, right? But Python provides several ways to achieve this. So in this video we will explore in this topic we will explore different methods to extend a list. Okay, so using extend function. Okay, so using extend function, how we can do that? So like you can just write dot extend the n. Okay, and then just print it. So a got extended and these elements are also got added. So this is a simple function extend, and which we can use directly, which directly modifies the original list by adding all elements from and at the end. It works in place and avoids creating a new list, making it highly effective. So and yeah, let's explore some other methods, other some more ways to extend a list in Python. So using the plus equals to operator, and using slicing, and using intertool chain. Okay, so we will see this. Let's first see the plus equals to operator. So the plus equals to operator can be used to extend a list internally. It works similar to the extend function method, but provides a more concise syntax. Okay, so let me just do this. Plus equals to n, and I will just print a. Okay, so now you can see we have extended the list in the same way. Okay, now using inter tools chain. So for that, how it works? So you can just do it in the same way, that a dot extend, then chain n, and then we can print a. Okay, so now you can see the same way we have extended this list as well. Okay, so now we will move to the other topic, that is how to remove item from a list in Python. So here we do have multiple options, that using remove function or pop, delete, or removing a single element by indexing, removing multiple elements by index range. So using clear to remove all elements. Okay, so we will go and see each of the examples of this. And before we jumping into that, I just wanted to tell you that list in Python have various built-in methods to remove items, such as remove, pop, delete, and clear methods. Removing elements from a list can be done in various ways, depending on whether we want to remove based on the value of the element or index. Okay, the simplest way to remove an element from a list by its value is by using the remove method. Okay, so here is an example. Let's say I just want to remove 20. So what I will do, a dot remove, and I will just mention 20. Okay, and I will print it. You can see that 20 got removed. Okay, so and now we will jump to the other method using like the pop remove item by index. So over here what we do, let's say this is an example, and I just want to remove element at index 1, and return its value in val. Okay, so let's say val equals to a dot pop. So I'm just taking this item. Uh, okay, so at index 1, that is 20. Okay, so and then I will print it a. Okay, and I will print the item removed item. What is the removed item? That is wall. Okay, so sorry. Okay, that is val. Okay, so let me rerun this. Oh, okay. Did I not mention the comma over here? Okay. Now you can see that we have removed the element at index 1, that is 20, and we have stored it at val, and we had printed that as well. Okay, so this is another method using pop function, and then there are some other methods to do this, like using delete function, so remove item by index. So let's say the delete statement can remove elements from a list by specifying their index or a range of indices. So let's say I just want to remove the index to which is 30. Okay. So now what I will do, delete a, and then I will just mention the index. Okay, that's it. Okay, and then let's say if I want to print a, so you can see how easy it is to delete the element at index 2. Okay, using the delete function. Okay, so now we will see removing multiple elements by index range. Okay, so for that we will need to use the slicing. So the we can also use delete to remove multiple elements from the list by specifying the range of the indices. Okay, so let's say delete a, so over here 1 to 3 we want to delete. I already told you in the slicing on the left hand side you will need to mention the n, and over here the m plus 1, that is 3 plus 1, that is 4. Okay, so and then we can print a. You will see that this 1 to 3, 1 to index 3 got deleted. Okay, now we will see the another example using clear remove all element. If we want to remove all elements from a list, then we can use clear method. This is useful when we want to empty a list entirely, but keep the list object. Okay, so if you want to do that, then we can use it. So how to use it? So a dot clear, this is simple syntax of it, and then I just print a. Okay, so now you will see that this list got cleared. Okay, so now these are the methods which we have seen: remove, pop, delete, and clear. So it removes by remove item by value, and in the pop remove item by index, in the delete remove by index or range, and in the clear remove all elements. Okay, so now we will jump to the last topic, that is different ways to clear a list in Python. So over here, like I have taken again one example of a list. Okay, so it's again simple function, that is clear. Okay, I will just print a. Okay, so over here in this video, like in this example, we are exploring various methods to clear a list. Okay, so using clear method, using like we can remove all elements from list. This method modifies the list in place and removes all its elements. Okay, so as I told you. Okay, so let's explore other different ways to clear a list in Python. So like reassigning to empty list. Let's say I just want to clear this list. So what I will do, just equals to, I will just assign empty list. Okay, print it. Okay, so that's it. We can clear this list in this way also. And if you want to use the delete statement, then we can do that as well. So delete a, and under over here, so here we will need to use the slicing. So in this way we are selecting like all the elements. So you will see that this list is again empty. Okay, and there is one more method, that is using loop with the pop. So it's simple that we can pop each of the element using this while loop, while a. Okay, so one wherever there is a value in the a. Okay, and we just do the pop. Okay, so once the values in the a are over, it will close, and it will return the empty list. Okay, so I have not added the print. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you can see in this way also we can delete all the elements. Okay, so this is all about the list operations. We have discussed about the accessing the list items in the Python, then changing the list item and how to replace values in the list, and then Python list append method, and then Python list insert method, and extending a list in Python, and then how to remove items from a list, and different ways of clearing a list in the Python. So this is all about this video. Now we will jump to the coding part on the list. So those videos I will put. So we will start from very easy basic list problems like maximum of two numbers, find length of list, then minimum of two numbers, like those, and then we will jump to basic coding problem on a list, and then problems on a list of strings, and then we will go to the problem programs on a list of lists, and then I do have some more subcategories like substring and sublists, and then coding problems on substring and sublist, and then we will jump on the advanced list programs. Yeah, and then we will also explore some advanced coding problems on the list. So stay with me, and let's say let's see you in the next video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel, so that you will not miss the upcoming updates. Thank you for watching till end.